Getting into the summer, and fish are going to start sort of spreading out and being, you know, they kind of get all over. You're going to have groups that like to get out a little bit deeper, groups that fish that like to be up shallow. And you know, my number one rule, and we're going to see this summer, the Elite Series is going to Lake Champlain in early July, and then the following week we're at the St. Lawrence River. And if the weather's nice, if it's sunny, nice, consistent weather all week, I'm going to 100% be fishing shallow, using my Costas to look for fish. And it doesn't matter. Great Lakes, Lake of the Woods, where I live, Mille Lacs, I mean, all across the smallmouth belt. If it's nice weather in the summer, there's going to be big ones up shallow, and I love to do that. When you get those little fronts, the cloudy, windy, darker days, that's when you want to kind of probably avoid trying to sight fish and be up shallow. I'm not talking like bed fishing. I'm just talking up, you know, where you can see them cruising and roaming. They're going to, you know, drop out a little bit, and then you want to, you know, probably get into that zone where you can't quite see the bottom. And some places that might be 6 to 10 feet, other places it might be 12 to 20. St. Lawrence River, I mean, I've caught them out really deep there. It's a kind of a unique place where you can, you know, I've caught 5-pounders in 3 feet of water, and I've caught them in 40 feet of water. So it's all about, you know, most of our lakes up north where the smallmouths are at in the summer, unless it's just something really weird going on. Another rule that I have is just keep moving. If they're going to be biting somewhere, if you're not catching any fish, you're probably not around them. Sometimes the baits matter, but generally, you know, if you're using well-known traditional smallmouth baits, it's all about just finding the fish and finding biters. That's sort of my general rule. And I'm sure people are going to have some questions as we kind of go along here. So I'll look for some of those towards the end. But getting into the fall, you know, I don't get to do a ton of river fishing outside of like the St. Lawrence River, so I'm not, you know, as much of I wouldn't call myself an expert on like the river migrations, but on most natural lakes, you're going to see more of a migration towards the main lake basin in the fall. So, you know, where they might spend the summer up in these shallower grass-filled bays, or you know, just shallower in general, they're going to start to congregate on the main basin stuff. Electronics are huge in the fall. I'm hardly going to drop a bait in the water until I see them on my electronics. And up in my part of the world, it's humps, it's points, offshore structure, and they, you know, throughout the summer, I think crayfish are a huge part of their diet. Once we get into the fall, it's a lot more bait fish oriented. So I'm doing more of the Demiki rigging, drop shotting, whatever it is, but using more like minnow imitating baits. Jerk baits can be still good in the fall as well if you get them, you know, find fish up a little shallower. But they know that long winter's coming, and so they want to bulk up and feed up and get ready for winter.
And the information Bass University provides isn't your basic run-of-the-mill fishing video. This is specific information from A to Z to help you learn, get to the water, and become a better angler quickly.